Fan art sites are a dubious place to pursue entertainment. Sometimes you go in there looking for a cool rendering of your favorite character, only to find them in, compromising positions. Hence why the Binger did the searching for you. By scouring these sites, we managed to pull together a few artistic sketches of Disney princesses in brand new looks. These artists took a page from Dragon Ball Z and embraced the fusion technique. Only this time, it's not Goku and Vegeta. Instead, it's MULAN and Wonder Woman. Just wait and see. This one's gonna blow your mind. Snow White, the poster child of innocence and a bright outlook on life. Sound familiar? Her and Kal-El are two of the biggest goody two-shoes in all of pop culture. She can literally get woodland animals to help her by singing. She's basically a superhero already. Her power, you ask? Well, obviously it's her looks affording her a place to stay despite her clear B&E. Let's take a look then at the Superman version of this princess drawn by Mui Mushrooms. Clearly, the color palettes match super well together. She's even able to keep her sleeves in ribbon. We just wonder if there's a drawing out there of the 7 dwarves as different versions of Jimmy Olsen. Come on, that would be perfect! Then again, 7 Jimmy Olsens isn't the best idea. Regardless, this mashup is a no-brainer. These two characters' stories fit together. Look, they both even have a weird mirror that can speak to them.
You enjoyed it.
The Queen's mirror in Snow White is oddly similar to Superman's device in his fortress. Surely Super Snow White would manage to use hers for good instead, right? Duh! How could you not put these two characters together? They both live in the sea and are deeply connected to the animals there. Ariel clearly talks to at least one fish, which actually feels a bit odd. Are Flounder and Sebastian the only 2 underwater creatures that can speak? Why aren't there more talking roles for the other sea creatures if it's not the case? Oh god, that changes the seahorses pulling the carriage too! Okay, let's settle down and refocus. Here's an idea. Let's pull up this sketch to get the full picture. This one comes from Mui Mushroom as well. The first thing that sticks out to us is how much it changes the Little Mermaid's look. Outside her clamshell bra and red hair, there isn't much Ariel to be seen here. Strangely enough, that's not a bad thing. She pulls it off. Yes. Just picture the third act conflicts between Ariel and Ursula if she had Aquaman's powers. That battle would be over quicker than you can say under the sea. Unless, that is, you give Ursula some powers too. That's right, we got another AQUA Ariel entry so we can talk more about the treatment of sea animals in our movies. What's that? Move on? Correction, we're here to talk more about Ariel in this reimagined role. This version offers a bit more of the princess's decor than the last entry. The artist Aegis Kitty gave this princess more of her usual style. Instead of the trident, Ariel is given a fork, which is just too perfect. These two portraits matched together show the ways you can picture these two together, which leads us to another train of thought. Look, everyone loves Mera and Aquaman together. Mera even has a bit of Ariel in her in some versions. We can't help but wonder what it would be like if Aquaman and Ariel were together instead though. One thing's for sure, Prince Eric would not be okay with that. At all. Yeah, it's safer to picture her replacing the seafaring hero instead. Everyone stays in their happily ever after that way. The first time you hear Wonder Mulan, you think, no way. That's because you're still picturing her in the early part of the movie being forced into a role she doesn't fit. Think about Mulan at the end of her film. She's a total Wonder Woman by the end. Are you still not sold? Well, we have the rest of the entry to convince you then.
Challenge accepted.
Take a look at this drawing by Mui Mushroom. She fits the role. The tiara on her head and the braces on her wrist fit perfectly. Sure, it's an American color scheme, which is odd, but Mulan is a hero for everyone. Technically, Diana isn't American either, but people don't seem to mind. The point is that they have even more in common. Mulan is a warrior, and a brave one at that. She's bold, and she takes risks. She puts herself in the front line and tries to keep her friends safe. If that doesn't ring a bell, then what more do you want? They've both kept fighting and never quit. Mulan is already Wonder Woman. Bat Cinder? How about Batterella? Or no, maybe try Cinderbat. That's not working either. Maybe Cinderman? No, then you missed the bad part. You know what? Clearly this name needs some workshopping. Let us know in the comments what you think we should call this mashup. Till then, we're going with Bat Cinder. It's the best we got at this point. Batman's story is one filled with tragedy and grim reality. It's hard to find a princess that actually matches that level of angst. Sure, bad things happen to all of them, but nothing that dramatic. Even then, they would sing and everything would work out in the end. We actually think that Cinderella fits more with Batgirl's story. Sure, Mooey Mushroom has drawn her to look like the classic Capes Crusader, but that's okay. Barbara Gordon grew up with only one biological parent and showed a kind heart from an early age. See, that link alone makes these two a match. Plus, Cinderella is definitely pulling off those bat ears. The gray and black design also works, strangely enough. The glass slippers are a nice touch too. Hands up, we're totally cheating with this entry. We're willing to admit it, but let's at least give you our reasoning. We owe you that much. See, VANESSA, Ursula's human persona, was almost a princess. She nearly marries Prince Eric at the end of the film, and Ursula is sort of royalty anyway. We're stretching here, but come on. This design is too good to pass up. Here, the artist FanPop gives us VANESSA as Poison Ivy. It fits since she's the first villain mashup we've gotten on this list. The detail in the artwork is out of this world too. The deadly flower, the green lips, and the ivy-wrapped dress all feels like it came out of a parallel universe. Only this time, VANESSA isn't prevented from tricking the prince into marrying here. Honestly, that's precisely why the two characters mesh so well. Poison Ivy is known for getting her way with people by using her plans and looks to garner favor. Just don't tell Kite Man about it. He wouldn't be a massive fan of Prince Eric, obviously. The artwork by Azalea's Dolls is enough to get us excited about this entry. When you break down Sleeping Beauty's connection to June Moon, things only get better. We've named a lot of good mashups here, but this is the first time a princess is linked to a villain, which feels wrong when we put it like that, so let's break it down. June Moon, aka Enchantress, is not a bad person. She's just cursed with a goddess that lives inside her. Said goddess is an evil sorceress determined to unleash her power on the world. What keeps June Moon from unleashing her on the planet? Well, love and other things. See, when you lay it all out, these are some connections to Princess Aurora. The art clearly shows our princesses in mid-transformation. Aurora is channeling the Enchantress and holding her own rose as a symbol of her curse. Imagine if Enchantress was really Maleficent or something. That would certainly make for a compelling reboot. And Disney just bought the concept. It's remarkable how close this princess is to this anti-hero character. What a mashup! Both Vixen and Princess Tiana are undervalued as contributors to their canon. Vixen has shown up occasionally in Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow on CW. Still, she is mostly known by her comic book storylines. Princess Tiana is one of the newer princesses on the scene and spends a lot of her story as a frog. Neither woman is getting enough respect in their given genres. See? Right there is a huge connection. Moreover, Vixen is deeply connected to nature and the animals of our world. Her Tantum Totem allows her to channel the spirit of animals and draw from their power. Obviously, Princess Tiana is turned into a frog at one point, so clearly she channels one animal, but it's more than that. Tiana is a character who is closely connected to nature and the desire to prove oneself. Okay, deep talks aside, this artwork by Aegis Kitty is top-notch. The fierce pose and blending of looks are perfect. You get a lot of Tiana while staying loyal to the Vixen look. The two characters are meshing together in perfect harmony, as nature intended. We've got one more by Aegis Kitty, and of course, it's Snow White. She's back again with a new mock-up design for us to break down. Look, she's probably the most iconic princess out there. It's her or Cinderella, but Snow White just seems easier to redesign for whatever reason. It must be her every girl charm. This rendition connects our popular princess to Wonder Woman. Basically, you take the most popular Disney princess and fuse her with the most popular DC princess. Boom! That's an instant awesome mashup right there. The bluebird crest and apple spandex give this look a true-to-character form. We're definitely getting more Snow White and less Wonder Woman. The two characters aren't as closely connected as Mulan and Wonder Woman or Superman and Snow White, but the look is worth showing off. We're not trying to say that it doesn't match. Snow White definitely faces hardships and overcomes intense conflicts, but she's not a full-on warrior. The two aren't really perfect for each other. The name sounds like a live-action Disney Channel show, or even the name of that band you tried to start in elementary school. Still, since this entry is about the princesses as the entire Justice League, well, it fits. It might not roll off the tongue, but it communicates the point of this artwork by Foe's comic art well enough. We get our first look at Rapunzel and Pocahontas as superheroes in this piece, and it's worth it. Their looks as Flash and Wonder Woman are definitely working for their characters. Of course, we get Aqua Ariel and Super Snow White too. The rest are different designs for princesses we previously talked about. If we're getting real right now, the TIANA as Cyborg look doesn't do it for us. None of these characters match that role though. However, we don't mind MULAN as Batman. When she's in her armor, it oddly works. Overall, Justice Princesses is a top-tier mashup. The artist integrates the princesses' designs into their respective DC characters perfectly. Both source materials are handled with a lot of respect in this one. It's A+ work. Holy moly, Cinderbat! Did that last entry do the princesses justice? Let us know in the comments below. A special thanks to all our subscribers. If you're not already watching the Bingers' daily content, you can like this video and subscribe to keep up to date with all our new releases. Catch you next time.